What's up guys, my name is JDCook5 and welcome back to an episode of the Create a Club series. Before we do get into this particular video, it'd be much appreciated if you haven't so already to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. We start off with today's episode with a look at the team of the week there, and as you can see, due to the previous performances that we have been able to put in, Parkin has managed to be able to fit himself into that squad. No other mentions in terms of the team, but Parkin has been able to fit himself in there, and I do like this kind of noting in terms of the social media aspects. I feel like it kind of improves things being official from the actual posting from the EFL League 2, and you kind of get a bit more of an update compared to the obviously other previous FC24s or FIFA, where they've obviously posted it just on a named and you can't see the faces or the team and things like that. So it's just a bit strange in my opinion, but I really like this sort of format. And that's something that's really come accustomed to how we kind of operate now in FC25 in career mode and so on. As we go further on into the actual news, as you can see as well, Seymour managed to be able to pick up a man of the match in the game against Blackpool, where we was able to come victorious with a 3-2 victory. But once again, just a little photo like that, a few little comments, just something different, the engagement, the likes and so on, who's posting it. I just feel like it's something really good. Just a little bit of a change up to what we're used to seeing in previous games. So a nice little addition. But we are going to get straight into gameplay because our first game is at home against Nott County. Things that are working out pretty well for us, I have to say. We've started the season in the way that I would like to. Getting the wins, getting points on the board, getting some goals between the youth players at the same time. I'm finding a system that works out in our favour. This game is going to be slightly different for us because we've got many players on an international break. Normally what would happen in other games is it would actually be postponed if that were to be the case. But obviously with it being FC25, that isn't able to be the case. And we are going to have to field players that we normally wouldn't field. So we have got a week aside. I'm looking forward to using a few different players, it has to be said, and that might be able to kind of build up a few decent players for when we do sell them when we go into League 1. I'm not too sure, but we're going to run you through the lineup in a minute when it does pan to it. Hopefully we can continue the form on that we have had previously in League 1. As you can see, we've got Hyde in goal there, Harris, Amati, Gibbons, Gibson, Welch, Prince in the middle there as we continue on to the format. Still the same middle with Elliott there also. John Charles is up front. Parkins have to go on to the left-hand side because we haven't got Marcelo Flores. Neither have we got Zendias on the right-hand side, so Tomlinson will come in on that right hand side also. Big changes, but I'm looking forward to see how it will work out, if it work out in our favour or if it will go fairly wrong. Notts County on the ball in the first 3 minutes or so as they look for an option to be able to play it forward, as they have to go back to go forward there, as you can see. Really trying to congested in that bit, and we're really closing them down at the same time, but they do kind of find themselves a little bit of a gap there. Brown picks it up on the left hand side, finding Austin. He skipped past the midfielder. Really good at the same time, actually. I think that was Bobby Gibbons. Yeah, he does. He drags himself back there, as you can see, as Austin picks it up in the middle, looking to find Scott then. Really good opportunity for Notts County. He looks to get past Harris, but he's very strong in the tackle, finding his teammate Prince there, but he can't find Welch. A really poor ball. It goes back out to Notts County then. They still can't get something going on the attack. Brown finds himself in a really good position. He finds Chicks on the left-hand side. Really, really good stuff. He cuts on the right and creates an opportunity, but he doesn't offload the ball quick enough. Back to Austin it goes then. Really good opportunity. Back to Chicks in there. Really, really good stuff from Notts County so far. Austin on the ball once again there, and Hyde forced into his first save of this particular game in the first 10 minutes or so. Really good save from Hyde. As we said, corner whipped in there, dealt with by Harris as he clears his lines only as far as the outside of the area where there's orange shirts lying there, as you can see. Really good tackle so far as Charles John picks it up with an opportunity to be able to create some sort of counter-attack in football. Charles John finds his teammate Welch and he skips past the defender. Platt is nowhere to be seen as he's on the floor there. Tomlinson on the right hand side offering support. Welch takes a shot, it falls to Tomlinson, and Tomlinson finds the back of the net. It's JD Cook FC 1, Notts County 0 in the first 13 minutes in this tie. Tomlinson has found himself a goal. Really good stuff there. Haven't really started the game strong whatsoever. Haven't really had any possession passes or shots or whatsoever, but we have found the back of the net, and that's what matters most. I do not care about the stats as long as we win the game, and currently we are winning it. Really good stuff from Tomlinson. Was in the right place at the right time. Simple finish to be able to pump it into an empty net. Keeper could do nothing about that whatsoever, and we find ourselves in front. I was really wary about the team that we are playing against, Notts County, and I was unsure what's going to happen, but so far, so good. Things slowed down as we reached the half an hour mark then, with Notts County still looking at themselves to get back into this tie. Gordon picks it up on the right hand side, but they're really, really kind of pressuring them, to be honest, and we're doing really well in terms of pressing, and this kind of tactics do work in our favour, and Welch is really good in the challenge. He finds Charles John. This could be perfect for two. He finds Tomlinson for two. He's got 2 goals, and it's also JD Cook FC 2, Notts County 0. Tomlinson on the score sheet once again there. Really, really good stuff from Tomlinson. And I have to say, hats off to Welch for the interception. He put himself up, he put his head up, he found Charles John, he knew he could find himself in a really good position there. He didn't want to take it past the defender, so he saw Tomlinson on the right-hand side, and he absolutely nails it into the top corner. 2 goals for Tomlinson and 2 goals for JD Cook FC, and we find ourselves a very good position going into the second half there. And it was a little bit of a tame first half, in all honesty, because that was our only opportunities, and we did take them. So that in somewhat is a good kind of thing to talk about, but at the same time, I would like to create more in front of goal in terms of going forward and so on. But in the 60th minute mark there, Charles John makes a really good interception. Tomlinson on a hat-trick, bearing in mind he could do it, but it's not to be on this occasion there, as it just literally pips past the post. Not to be on that occasion, as we are going to make some substitutions. Cunningham's going to come off for Charles John there, as you can see, and just changing it up in terms of the midfield kind of aspects, also trying to give some players some more minutes. Cunningham, obviously we brought through from the youth, so we want to be putting him in the first team a bit more often to upgrade his overall as time goes on, but he will only be able to do that as we get the game time. Elliott retrieves the ball in the middle there as he finds Guy Wood, the substitute, and that was a really good effort there. Really good save, it has to be said, from Bass. It falls out to Tomlinson with an opportunity to be able to get the ball back into the area. He finds Prince on the outside of the area. He finds Elliott Wood. This is good passing. This is lovely stuff. But the shot does not live up to any expectation, and it does go wide. 84th minute now, and to be honest, we've done really well. I feel like we've really controlled the game. I wouldn't say we've had controlled it in terms of possession, but in terms of chances and so on in the second half, we've definitely kind of looked better than the first, but we scored more in the first. It's really strange to see. Cunningham once again there denied. He's still in search for his first goal for JD Cook FC in the league. Obviously, he scored against Blackpool. That was a very good moment for himself, but that is it for this particular fixture. 2-0 in the end. I wouldn't say it was the kind of most best fixture that we've ever played, but at the end of the day, if we're getting results like that, then I don't mind whatsoever. Really, really good stuff. Tomlinson was a really good factor. 3 attempts, 2 goals. Could have been on for could have had a hat trick. He was on for a hat trick, but it wasn't to be on this occasion. Clean sheet for Hyde, bearing in mind that he filled in for Munir, so really, really happy with that. And we're going to go further forward. But before we do, Tomlinson just wants to praise the manager there, and as you can see, that we're going to be taking that very well. Obviously, we're trying to build something here at JD Cook FC, and with players like that, even though he's 54 rated, we will definitely take it with what he wants, with the passion, and that ups his morale to a very happy status. And that does include himself in the team of the week also. So another player in the team of the week, only the one for this particular week, but once again we have got a player in the team of the week. So massive kind of praise for Arlo Tomlinson. Done really, really well on that particular fixture, and to round it off, he was actually crowned man of the match for that particular tie also. So keep going, Tomlinson. Hopefully we'll see him on the pitch more often, and hopefully he'll be bagging some goals more often. In the second game of the episode, we go away from home against Doncaster Rovers. They've got a very good side, it has to be said. They've got the likes of Billy Sharp, Teddy Sharman Lowe. They've got a few decent players, it has to be said, some experience in there, so it's not going to be an easy tie whatsoever. In terms of top goal scoring teams, we are up there, 10 for ourselves there, as we match tied with AFC Wimbledon, so we're doing so good in front of goal. In terms of the lineup, everyone is back from international duty, so it is a full lineup there. As you can see, Flores is back in, Zendias is back in there. Bobby Gibbons is obviously back with his teammates in terms of defensive issues, with Daniel Amati, Reyes and Lewis on the left-hand side. Elliott, Prince and Welch still in the middle there, but really happy to see Flores, Parkin and Zendias on the right-hand side there. So it's a full-strength squad needed against Doncaster, because I feel like they're going to give us a game. And in the first 5 minutes, they look for an opportunity to be created here, as he finds his teammate then with an option to be able to go forward. Billy Sharp with a shot there, but it is blocked by Reyes as Bobby Gibbons looks to be able to retrieve the ball, so it doesn't go out for an opposition throw, and he does really well, to be honest, and he's got time to be able to assess his options and see what he wants to do as he bursts down the right-hand side, finding Zednyas. He goes back to Parkin then with an option to be able to play out on the right, but he can't find him. He finds Elliott then, but Zednyas is open now, and he's on side. He finds himself in a really good position, using his pace to get past the defenders, and he squares it to Parkin, and that is a simple tap-in, and that is the easiest goal that Parkin will ever score. It's Doncaster Rovers 0, JD Cook FC 1, and we find ourselves in a really good position in these first 9 minutes or so. Haven't created anything up till now, but it's a very good opportunity to take, and we find ourselves ahead there. Really good play from Zednyas there, just dragging himself wide. The defender kind of leaped into it, and I feel like he kind of went too early in that moment in time, and he just allowed himself to be able to square the ball to Parkin, and he is absolutely onside and unmarked, and you cannot give him that space or time. 12 minutes into this time with the confidence flowing now, Marcelo Flores finds himself on the left hand side. He's got the pace to be able to see if he can beat the defenders. He looks to be able to cut in on the right, getting shoved out there. So we have to go back to Elliot there as he finds Prince. Elliot once again on the ball there as he looks to be able to switch it to Marcelo Flores, but he can't do so as Hurst picks it up for Doncaster Rovers on the left-hand side. Counter-attacking football for Doncaster as Ibarra picks it up then. Right-hand side options, but one of them is Billy Sharp in the middle. Billy Sharp in front of goal, then you can't give him the time. He pops past the defenders. What a bit of stuff from Billy Sharp, and you have to put hats off to Billy Sharp there. He might be getting on now a bit in this particular game and in his career, but to be honest, he cannot take away the skills that he still has between his feet. Really, really good stuff. Unbelievable to be able to kind of dribble past the defenders. He made Daniel Amate and Reyes look really poor in that moment, and he skips past and Munir couldn't do anything. He rushes out to the ball, but unfortunately he is unsuccessful in his attempt in saving it, and it just goes under his arm. So we are now level in this particular tie, and they're definitely giving us a game, that is for sure. Not so long after their particular equaliser, just Nias picks it up on the right hand side after a Bobby Gibbons throw in there. He skips past loads of defenders and midfielders there, making them look silly. Parkin finds himself in a really good position, but he can't latch onto the ball, but Welch intercepts it. He skips past the defenders. This could be 2, and 2 it is. It's Doncaster Rovers 1, JD Cook FC 2, and Welch with the finish. And I'm really starting to like this player. He's really becoming something special as a player and in the teams, to be honest. He's been really, really good for ourselves. He's been so consistent. He's been running around in that midfield. He's been really, really good, and especially since we signed Hovirath, I feel like he's been really been proving his place. So I don't see why he can't get into the team week in, week out, because when you put on displays just like that, then there's no reason why he shouldn't be selected for the particular games. As Doncaster Rovers get themselves kicked off for another time in this particular tie, they're not giving up whatsoever. Hurst looks to make a straight byline down the left-hand side. He passes it back to Kelly, but Hurst picks up the ball there. Many red and white shirts offering support then as Hurst picks himself up with Billy Sharp. He's on for 1. Can he be on for 2? But he finds himself Sabara, and that is a perfect finish from themselves. Doncaster Rovers 2, JD Cook FC 2, and that is a really good finish. Manure left completely rooted. I don't think he even was able to kind of have the time to be able to make his move in that point in time. As we look back, he had the time and the space, which was obviously poor from the defensive issues, and Reyes couldn't shut him down quick enough. And I feel like Manure could have done slightly better because it wasn't exactly into the bottom corner. It was only to shy left of him, but it wasn't to be on that occasion. And we now are equal at another level for another time in this tie there as we continue on. 35 minutes being played. Doncaster Rovers really growing into this tie, to be honest. Really starting to get something about them as we get a throw in. We look to be able to see if we can build something from here as Prince looks to play it into the middle, but Sharp intercepts it there. Oh, sorry, Hurst intercepts it going on to Sharp. Sharp twitch past the defenders, and he does so well, and Sabara picks it up, and this is not going well for us whatsoever. It's Doncaster Rovers 3, JD Cook FC 2, and Sabara with the goal now. Manure's having an absolute shocker in this particular tie for whatever reason, I'm not too sure, but not looking good from our perspective whatsoever, because this is absolutely going from bad to worse. We've gone 1-0 up, 1-1, we've gone 2-1 up, 2-2, and we haven't really seemed to be able to conjure back since the second goal. And when you look at the finish, Manure should be saving that, and he's saved better shots than that this season, and unfortunately on this occasion he hasn't done so, but it's really poor from Manure, and hopefully he can buck up his ideas, otherwise we will be looking at different options in the forthcoming games. 40 minutes being played now, 5 minutes left in this tie, hoping to see out the fixture in the first half and go into the second half with a little bit more of a brighter spark, because the first half, even though we have scored 2 goals, we've been too poor in terms of defensive issues. But Marcelo Flores driving forward now as he loses the ball, but it falls out to Mal Lewis. He tries to find Park in the middle. It's a good idea, but it's not to be executed perfectly, unfortunately, as Elliot picks it up in the middle after a loose ball. But once again, the passing is really not there as Billy Sharp picks it up after a looped ball over to the top there. Hurst picks it up on the left-hand side as he looks to find Sabara, then the previous goal scorer looked to find Billy Sharp, linking up perfectly, and that just might be a red card in the end of Reyes' game as he takes out Billy Sharp. Last man, I'm pretty sure we all know what we're going to see, and that's the colour red. And yeah, we are right, Reyes has been sent off, so the first red card of our particular season is fallen to Israel Reyes. Not good whatsoever, so he'll miss next game, and we're going to have to make some changes with that also. That is a really, really poor challenge from Reyes, it has to be said. Not good whatsoever, and we're going to have to make some substitutions and change a few things up in this particular tie, because unfortunately we are down to 10 men. So Harris is going to come onto the pitch. Unfortunately Flores is going to have to come off. They do get a free kick here. Billy Sharp takes it. It rattles off the post to post there. As you can see, his Parkin looks to clear his lines. Advantage being played for the offside, but as you can see, they still remain in position. I wish they gave the offside. Bailey picks it up. Billy Sharp, they're still free in play. We haven't even got a sub on yet, and Hurst puts it into the back of the net. It's Doncaster over 4, JD Cook FC 2. We're down to 10 men and we're trailing by 2. This is not looking good whatsoever in our I don't even know what to say in this moment in time. I didn't expect it whatsoever. I knew it was going to be a tough game against Doncaster Rovers, but they're making us look absolutely rubbish in this moment in time. Munir kind of was left a little bit kind of defenceless in his defence in some ways, because in all fairness, there was no one in front of him to be able to kind of counter at that moment. But yeah, we need to do better in the second half if we want to get ourselves back into the tie, but I'm not seeing it, because the second half starts and Sabara is in on goal here, and Munir is forced into a save in that opportunity, going out for a corner kick. But this is not looking good for ourselves whatsoever. Molyneux steps over the corner with an opportunity to get the ball pumped into the air, and he does exactly that there. Munir with a point-blank save, looking to clear our lines, but still red and white shirts still remain in possession. But Welch was strong in the challenge, but as you can see, no one's with him whatsoever. Welch is on his own. He's not the fastest of midfielders whatsoever, and he's got nobody around him. There's Parkin in the middle there. There's also his teammates there, but Parkin can't latch onto it, and Doncaster retrieve possession. Not good in terms of the start in the second half. Can we do something to get a goal back? Parkin picks it up. Many options on the right hand side if he can switch it. He tries to do so, but Kelly really strong in the challenge, and as you can see, we are completely split open. Molyneux picks it up on the right hand side. Harris with a very strong tackle. Very impressed by Harris so far, and he's definitely looking good, I have to say, as a backup centre back. I am looking forward to being using him more often, but Welch finds his teammate Parkin. This could have got ourselves back into the game, and it has done. It's Doncaster over 4, JD Cook FC 3, and Austin Parkin has fired his side back into a chance of possibly getting into this game. I'm hoping so anyway, because it's looking fairly bleak from when we started the second half. Very good finish from Parkin. He just took his time. He had many touches on the ball. He thumps it on his left foot. Keeper left stranded at that opportunity, and we've finally taken our chance. We're only now got a 1-goal deficit, but only 20 minutes left to play. Parkin with another opportunity there. Molyneux strong in the challenge, it has to be said, but Lewis remains in possession, looking to find a teammate. Welch. Now Elliott. Elliott on the right hand side. Really good option now so far. He tries to get tackled. He can't. Zanias now. He could be an opportunity, and Teddy Sharman Lowe with a lovely save. You'd put your house on Zanias putting that into the back of the net, but it wasn't to be in that occasion, as Billy Sharp picks it up and he finds his teammate Molyneux looking to be 1-on-3, but if anything, it's still scary for ourselves to defend this moment in time. Jamal Lewis trying to cover his lines there, as you can see, but he's getting turned left, right and centre. Billy Sharp now, and Daniel Amati with a very good tackle, finding Elliott there as Welch picks it up in the middle. Parkin there also, but it's really hard to get it forward as they remain in possession once again there. Doncaster Rovers finding Sabara, then Sabara looking to drive forward. He finds Billy Sharp. He's already had a few goals on his neck. Can he get another one? Oh, that was close. Munir with a very good save. Very, very good save. But unfortunately, they couldn't score on their opportunity. With 5 minutes left to play, we really need a goal, and it needs to happen now. Otherwise, we are going to be losing our first game of the League 2 season. Billy Sharp defending there, as you can see, as he fends off Daniel Amati. He finds himself in a really good opportunity, but Daniel Amati strong in the challenge. Welch picks it up. But as you can see, there's just no one forward whatsoever. We've only got one winger, bearing in mind, but Zanias picks it up on the right hand side. This could be the moment. He cuts in on the left. He takes the shot. Surely he does. And Teddy Sharman Lowe with a save once again there. The Chelsea loanee looking very good as Prince picks it up. He finds his teammate Elliott. Oh, if he finds Zanias in that moment in time, that would have definitely been a goal, but unfortunately, it's not to be the opportunity. And I feel like that just might have been it, as Sabara picks it up for Doncaster Rovers. He finds Billy Sharp. Oh, this could be a massive sucker punch to ourselves. He twists and turns. He finds himself in a really good position. Munir saves it. He misses an open goal. Oh my lord. But that is the end of this particular tie, and it is our first loss of the season. It's a very bleak one. I thought going into it, and I knew it'd be a tough game, but in some aspects, I still wanted to win that. Obviously, we want to win every game that we play in, but you win some, you lose some. We have to take what we need to in consideration, obviously being 10 men, and then so on. It's a hard kind of hill to climb when you're obviously down to 10 men and so on, and you're obviously chasing the game. And we've had to replace Marcelo Flores, so we didn't really have as many attacking options as what we had like. And fair play to Doncaster Rovers, they've got a fairly good side, and they've done pretty well in that opportunity. With a simulation game against Barrow, I didn't mean to skip it as quick as I did, but a 2-1 loss. Parkin getting on the score sheet, but that was about it. Really, really a bit of a sucker punch. 2 back-to-back defeats. Not what we wanted whatsoever, but at least we did something against Swindon away from home. A 3-0 victory. John Hoverath and Daniel Marty all getting on the score sheet. So at least after back-to-back defeats, we were able to get 3 points and 3 goals. The final game of this particular episode comes up against Carlisle at home. After the defeats against Barrow and Doncaster Rovers, we really need looking to bounce back. I know we got that victory against Swindon, but if we start trailing different games and we start losing different games, I just feel like it's only opening ourselves up for a lot in terms of being in a bad position. At the end of the day, we're focused on playoffs, we're focused on getting promotion. We do not want to be in League 2 next season, so it's about getting the victories that we need to and getting some sort of a comfortable points gain on the other teams around us. But we've got a strong side for this particular game, hoping for a victory at least. We need to show ourselves some fight, need to find ourselves some goals, and that defensive duties need to be a bit stronger. Obviously, Reyes is back into the fold. He served his one-game match ban against Barrow, so he is back into the fold, and hopefully there will be no red cards in this particular game, or if at least there are, there for the opposition. As you can see, pretty much the same lineup that we played, unless the only one change that we've made, or two changes, sorry. Welch is on the bench, and also is Austin Parkin as John Charles replaces him, and also Hovrath replaces Welch. So that is only two changes made. I would keep the lineups, but the lineups just go so quick, so it's hard to say it like time in, time out. But we continue on. I might try and find a way to do that in the forthcoming episodes. But in the 15th minute, it's been a bit of a slow game against Carlisle so far. Not really anything in terms of created opportunities so far, but we do intercept the ball in a really good position. Marcelo Flores picks it up on the left-hand side. He finds himself looking to be able to see if he can stride forward. The three defenders are literally sitting so deep, so Flores hits it, and it finds the top corner. It's JD Cook FC 1, Carlisle United 0, and Marcelo Flores gets himself on the score sheet there for, I'm pretty sure, the first time this season. Really, really good stuff from Marcelo Flores. Haven't really seen so much of him so far, and I did have big hopes for him, and that's definitely why. What an effort that is on his right foot, nestling into the top corner. The defenders have sat off him, and he allowed match time, and he definitely took it in his stride, and he finds the back of the net. Carlisle haven't really done anything in the first 25 minutes or so, just passing it around the back, and they're trying to find their feet, but it's taking too long for themselves to get anywhere into this tie whatsoever, as Thomas picks it up on the right hand side, playing it back to Mellish there. Charles John with a really good interception there as he looks to try and follow it up, but it's not to be the case as Davies picks it up, the number 2 for Carlisle United, going back once again there. Negative football from Carlisle so far, not good whatsoever, but Charles John is successful in his attempt for an interception. This could be perfect, this could be 2, and it is going to be 2. It's JD Cook FC 2, Carlisle 0, and that is going to be the man Charles John in front of goal. We've signed him as a free agent. He's 16 years old, he's 62 rated, and boy could he be taking the Football League by storm. What a moment that is from Charles John, really persistent in the interception, chasing the ball down, won it back, fought for it, and he nestles the ball into the bottom corner. Really, really good finish and a professional performance so far from Charles John. Just looking back on it again, there's nobody around him whatsoever. He's got all the time in the world, and he just opens his body up to create the finesse, and it is a perfect goal from Charles John. Nothing to write in the first half apart from the 2 goals as we go into the second half now. Carlisle are going to be wanting to start stronger than they did in the first, that is for certain, as they look for an opportunity to be created here. Charlie White picks it up with an opportunity to be able to chest it down. He finds his teammate, really good opportunity there, and a lovely kind of opportunity, but unfortunately it wasn't to be taken in that moment, and Munir makes a very good save. Welch coming onto the pitch for Elliott then after a decent performance in the midfield there, as we look to be able to freshen up our midfield options. Just want to see how Hovrath and Welch will work at the same time, as Marcelo Flores makes a really good interception. He looks to make the 1-2, but he strays offside. Welch picks it up to Gibbons, back to Welch it goes there, as you can see. Welch striding forward, he's using his pace, and he does so well at doing this. He's really, really good, and that is a very good save at the same time. How that was not converted, I'm not too sure, but a very good opportunity from Welch, just not taken in that moment, but that was a very good option. As we continue on, 10 minutes left to play, Marcelo Flores picks it up on the left-hand side. Many options there, but he looks to be able to get the ball into the air. And what a ball it is! Well, unfortunately, the finish couldn't live up to it there as it falls back to Marcelo Flores. He looks to try and pump it back into the area, but Vela intercepts as he looks to be able to clear his lines for the Carlisle United defence. And Hovrath now intercepting it from the goalkeeper kick. Zedanyais picks it up. He finds Charles John back to Marcelo Flores. This could be it! But no, a very good save made by the Carlisle United keeper. How he made that save, I'm not too sure. How that didn't go in from the interception, I'm not too sure. They were riding their luck in that moment in time, but it was JD Cook FC that were victorious in that particular tie. So it's JD Cook FC 2, Carlisle United 0. Thanks to the efforts of Marcelo Flores and Charles John, put ourselves in a really good position. And to be honest, there was no doubt about it whatsoever when we got into that sort of position. Defensively, we were really good. The midfield worked really well. Attacking, we worked really well. Carlisle just didn't pose any threat whatsoever. And we managed to get the job done and get all 3 points at our home ground. So this is the League 2 table now. And it's looking pretty interesting. I have to say Bradford City and Colchester pretty up with us there as you look to the bottom of the table there also. there's so many teams down at that bottom that are on the same sort of points. As you can see, Tranmere Rovers have finally got some points on the board after, obviously, when we played them, they were 24th in the league. We've got 19 points to our name. Played 9, won 6, drawn 1 and lost 2. Currently trailing up Bradford City with 16 points and then Colchester in 15 points. Bear in mind, we played Colchester at the start of the season, and they're sort of our rivals in League 2. So going to be an interesting rivalry, it has to be said. It's still close contended, but at least we've got some sort of a gap, bearing in mind that we have lost 2 games. We're just lucky on the other results that have been around us. But yeah, a fairly positive episode. Obviously some bad points in terms of losing, but you're going to lose some, you're going to win some, but at least we're still in a good position. But that is it for this particular episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.